As a young child, Belia Paz learned the value of communication and the power it has to impact a community in a positive way. As an activist, entrepreneur, and leader, Paz has redefined what it means to survive and thrive in Utah's growing Hispanic community.
My name is Belia Paz, and I am the general manager for Aerostar Media, 2 Hispanic radio stations here in Salt Lake City. And I'm also the founder of Mujeres Unidas de Utah, which stands for United Women of Utah. My mother was a contratista, which means she was a contractor for field work. And so every morning, me and my brother would have to go out to work with her so we wouldn't be alone, but she'd also put us to work, which I'm very grateful for. There was a lot of things that I saw, but a lot of things that I've learned. And that was, it wasn't fair not to have restrooms out in the fields for us, right? And so growing up in the years, I became an advocate for our Hispanic community. You know, when I was younger, at 14, I became a police dispatcher. That's where I was able to see a lot more injustice. I became, you know, like a little young leader in Idaho. And that's where it all started in my youth, you know, becoming a voice for the voiceless is what I always say. And the mission of Mujeres Unidas de Idaho was to advocate for women and advocate for social justice. Being a little young, feisty Latina, I had never been spanked or hit ever in my life until I got married, which caused a lot of fear. But I'm also grateful for that it did happen to me, that I was able to live that domestic violence, because now I'm helping thousands of women live something that I lived. And that is why Mujeres Unidas I was very passionate about helping women. I became a radio DJ. I was able to talk about survivor stories, and that's what led other women calling me on air, calling me and saying, I lived that. I brought Mujeres Unidas de Utah, making a difference for hundreds of women. One of the stories that I love to talk about is a lady from Guatemala with her kids with no shoes, living out in the streets, and she found us. She found Mujeres, and I helped her with a food box. She went to the radio station. That's where we were running our office, our donations and stuff. Now just to see this woman as a business owner now being a volunteer and helping us, that's the kind of help we want to do and try and make a difference to help women.
Bueno, amigos, en este precioso domingo, digo precioso siempre porque sí es un día hermoso que Dios nos da cada día.
We have a Sunday program. It's called Woman to Woman, de Mujer a Mujer. And it's just issues that us women talk about on both stations, on 104.7 FM and 107.1 FM. We, as a board of directors, invite leaders from the community to come and talk, or if not, we have the conversation about what we go through and have that heart-to-heart talk.
Cada día que despierto, me levanto, gracias por las bendiciones que vienen.
Wow, qué hermoso empezar con unas palabras que fortalecen tu alma, porque si estás débil y alguien viene y te dice, qué bien te ves, qué bien luces, buenos días, déjame darte un abrazo, te retroalimenta. Pero
I think Elizabeth Cruz is, you know, a poet, an author, and what she's lived through has become an amazing leader. You know, the work that I see her doing and what I've seen her growth, I'm so appreciative about that. And I'm proud because I've tried to hold her hand to get to where she's at today.
mi nombre es Elizabeth Cruz González. Trabajo para Aerostar Media, ya que era muy solitaria y muy vacía mi vida. Tuve un año muy difícil porque vino un divorcio y él se fue y me dejó sola con 6 niños. Ese mismo año descubrí que tenía cáncer. Ese mismo año falleció mi papá. Ese mismo año quedé en la calle, sin trabajo, sin familia, solo buscando a Dios. Me encuentro muy feliz de haber cambiado mi vida con Mujeres Unidas de Utah. Y todas nos ayudamos para brillar y salir adelante. El Día de los Muertos es una tradición que todos los mexicanos llevamos en la sangre y recordamos a nuestros seres queridos, a todos los que ya partieron y nos dejaron el corazón herido, como mis padres, mi madre, mis hijas que fallecieron, mis abuelos, mis amigos.
It is a lot of work to be able to get so many people together and especially dress as Catrinas and get the altars. Because really the Day of the Dead is to acknowledge our loved ones and with cultural and color and, well, we call it fiesta, right? They're there with us. And it's just beautiful to see all the work and the organization and getting united as a community to celebrate. I honor my family, my father who's passed, but I also live to honor the women that I don't want to forget. We did Day of the Dead celebration last year, and we did an altar on domestic violence on the women that have passed. And I think that that's what I look at, is to see who are we honoring? I mean, are we honoring the women that are forgotten? You know, we should remember them, even if it was 10, 12 years ago.
So I'm going to open doors now, and I just need the volunteers that are bringing the families in. So
we do a lot of community outreach, whether it's workshops or family give-backs. Usually in November, we'll do turkey giveaways and coat giveaways, blanket. It's keeping families warm. In August, we do another back to school. And we always seek, whether it's a backpack or a coat or something that might be able to help a family. And that's what we're doing, is helping families. But also on a monthly basis, we're helping our women. But also women that reach out on a daily basis that might need a food box or some clothing, or that have no place to stay. And it saddens me. It really saddens me when I cannot find the place for them. And I there's times I can't even sleep thinking, oh my gosh, I couldn't help her. I had to say no. So we have a mission, and it's been my mission that I've been wanting to do for many years, to do a transitional housing, a 6-month transitional, where the women will stay in the home for 6 months. We're going to be her family. We're going to make her feel safe. And so this place that we're going to call their home is projected to be ready by 2025.
Mi cultura se expande con la música, con la danza, con la comida, con los colores, con las obras de arte, con su belleza. Estoy agradecida de que la gente de Utah ame mi país, porque mi país es vida.
From coming from Idaho to Utah, wow, big difference. There's so much Latin American cultural. And what I mean is, you're seeing Brazil, you're seeing Cuba, you're seeing Puerto Rico, you're seeing Venezuela, Mexico. Here you're going to find a restaurant that serves Bolivian food and restaurants that serve Venezolano food. And you see it. And you're even seeing the Venezolanos festival or the Bolivian festival. the Peru festival. Every cultural, every color, everyone is important. And so being able to see diversity in our state is beautiful. I have this phrase that I say at all of our events when I get up and talk. And in Spanish, it's unidas somos más fuertes, which means united, we are stronger. When we support each other, we become stronger. We have to help each other. And if we can help another woman or even, another cultural event, I will do so. I will be there. Because you see a lot sometimes of separation, and I want to unite. I want to unite us. Unidas somos más fuertes.
Wow, so many vibrant colors and characters who warm my heart simply by sharing their story. And we want to hear your journey too. Chime in on This Is Utah's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages. Hit the like button, share a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'm Leah Zadiola, and this is Utah.